So in this lesson, we're going to be learning that version of Stormy Monday, which is basically almost note for note, but in the style of the Allman Brothers version. I think the original version was T-Bone Walker. There's a few differences in the chords, and I'll show you what those are. The Allman Brothers changed it up a little bit, but I'll show you the standard traditional way as well. So it's in the key of G, and we're going to be using this chord shape. It's a 9 chord shape. It stems from this. This would be the full chord. It's a G9 chord, but we're just playing this triangle right there. Sliding up, and when you slide up, you're basically playing then a G6. These are kind of jazzy blues chords. And then we're going to do the same thing on C. So that's up here at the 8th fret. And then there's just some little licks in there that make it sound cool. So the way he starts this, Dwayne Allman, like that, this little jazzy kind of thing. So I'm on the 3rd fret, D string, 2nd fret, G, 3rd fret, B. So I'm just moving the shape around. And then I'm going to put my pinky down on the 4th fret of the high E string, and then go back to where we started. Then we come in on the 5 with this augmented chord. So that's 5th fret, 4th fret, bar the 3rd fret on the G and B. I'm kind of finger picking this, but you don't have to. You can play the pick. And then they come in with this little lick. Now, one of the guys, I'm not sure who's doing who. Dickie Betts is doing one. Dwayne Allman's doing the other. One of them's going, and the other one's going. Now, you can actually do both. So it's the 3rd fret of the D string, up to the 5th, then play the 5th fret B string, and then slide it all back. Then you do the full chord, slide it up a whole step, slide it back. So we got, and I do it with the 2nd and 3rd finger, so I'm set up here to go with my chord. Then it goes to C. And that's just on the 8th fret to 10th fret. Then we do the same thing on G again. But then we move that up a half step. That's part of the Stormy Monday chord progression. And then back. Then he does this little lick. Puts his pinky down on the 3rd fret of the E string. And that's just a little before we go back to the 4 chord, the C. 4th fret, barring the E, B, and G string. Then 6th fret. Back to 4th fret. Now I'm playing the C, which is basically, it's the same as this, but I'm right here. You could do it there, you could do it here. Same chord, different fingering. So let me rewind and play what we've got so far. Intro. Now we're back to the C there, same thing. Now we're back to the G. Now is where it goes into all these minor chords, okay? So it follows a 12-bar blues progression till here. And it's still 12 bars, it's just a different kind of chord progression. It's much jazzier. So we got a bar on G, a bar on C, 2 bars on G, 2 bars on C, and then back to G, and then we go to the A minor. We go, so let me go from the C. We go back to G. Now we're going to go up to an A minor. We're just going to play D string, G string, and B string. It comes from an A minor 7, where if you played the root, it'd be there. That's kind of the whole little minor progression there, but we're going to play it like this so we can get this little movement in here with our pinky. So we're coming from the G. We go up from the A minor to the B minor, so 7th fret. We're going to put our pinky here on the 10th fret. And then take it off, and then 6th fret. Same thing, and then back to the A. Then we're going to go 4, 5. Now this is a C minor chord, basically, but I'm just playing this part of it. 4th fret, 5th fret, 5th fret. And then that brings us to the turnaround. So let me go back, play the whole thing up to there. Now we have our turnaround, and it's just G. And then we start all over. So that little turnaround is the G9, then the little lick on C. You can do it right here too, the B string and high E string. And then hit the chord, just barring the G, B, and E strings. And then back to the G. And then you go back to the D augmented. So from the two, three, four, the C minor, then the turnaround. Then it, goes into a solo or something. We'll talk about the solo later. I'd like to do a lesson on the whole Dwayne Allman solo. That's not just repeats. That's the whole 12 bars. Okay. So let's talk about the variations. So what the traditional version, all that would be the same except for when you do this minor thing. So we go. It's B minor. The B flat minor would be a dominant 7 chord typically. So it'd be. And then back to the A minor. And then instead of going to the C minor, it would go to a D7 or a D9. So let me play one time through the traditional version. So it'd be like. half step up, back. 2 bars on C. Then 1, the minor chord, A minor, B minor, B dominant 7 flat, A minor, then D9, then 1 to 4, 1 to 5. So Allman Brothers just took that and they modified it a little bit with the minor chords. It sounds a little darker. So that's the main chord progression, Stormy Monday in the style of the Allman Brothers. Now, I want to do a lesson on the Dwayne Allman solo, but if you can't wait for that and you want to experiment, you're going to use G pentatonic major mostly, but you can throw in pentatonic minor too. You know. It's something like that. That's from ear how I hear it, but I want to make sure I get it right. But it's G pentatonic major mainly. And he hangs out in this box here, this where we call the B.B. King box. So if you got G pentatonic minor, then you got your second box here. It's right here. He's kind of mixing major and pentatonic minor, depending on what the chord is underneath. So there you have it. There is one other lick I want to show you when they're on the C chord, where it goes. There's one lick they do in there that's cool on the C, and it's so it's 9 on the G string, 8 on the high E string. Move that back a half step, and then 5 and 5. You slide that back. Let me show you how where that comes in. Right here. Sorry, I was trying to play the root and the chord. So there you have it. That's Stormy Monday, Allman Brothers version from, if you want to hear it, it's from Live at the Fillmore.